Hey guys, it's Arcade and welcome to my new series called, well, I don't actually know what it's gonna be called yet, so I'm just gonna record myself opening my mouth and then I'm gonna add the actual name in post-production. So yeah, my new series called
FL Studio Crate Opening, and some more words here.
Yeah, hopefully the name won't be longer than that. Anyways, in this series I'm basically gonna show you some of my unfinished projects, since I have over 3000 projects right here. And don't even look at the names because they make no sense, but yeah, I have a lot of FLP projects that I never finished, so I thought I'm gonna make a series showing you some of these projects and maybe even finishing some of these, probably also gonna be giving away some of these as well. So yeah, there's something for you as well to gain, and yeah, I think at the end of each video there's gonna be a poll created and you can vote which project you would like to see given to you. But without further ado, let's get started with project number 1. And I don't know what that spin was. And this is the most recent one, and it's also the worst one. It's called Kingsley. And here it is. This was basically meant to be for my sponsored video for Team MBL. I wanted to make a song using their sounds, and this was my first attempt. I actually finished the video later, but this was the first attempt and it was pretty bad, so I never finished it. And this is how it sounds. Yeah, so now you know why I didn't finish it. I thought it was actually a pretty funny idea, and the beginning I thought it was pretty cool. Sounded interesting enough, but then I just tried adding some new sounds like this one. And it was pretty bad. I'm pretty sure this is even out of harmony and it just didn't quite work, so I decided to not finish this project and start over with something completely different. But yeah, it was still a nice attempt, and I think you could actually use this in some sort of funny movie scene, I guess. It would kind of make sense there. Anyways, that's the first project. This one is a little shorter, but I wanted to start with the least interesting one. Now let's move on to some more interesting projects and bigger projects. So yeah, project number 2 is called Just a Beat, Free, Test, Happy 2. Of course, as always, I think about the names a lot. So yeah, let's open it up. And yeah, the official name for this project should have been Happy Addiction. And I actually like this one, but I never quite got to finishing it. So it's just sitting there in my computer forever. Anyways, here it is. Total working time on this project was 3 hours, 30 minutes. And this is how it sounds. So there's the intro that I think I'm gonna skip. So here is where it actually starts. So I used this guitar sample from Kashmir and tried to adjust the drop based on the guitar. Anyways, without further ado, here is how it sounds. So yeah, and then later I was just kind of trying to create a breakdown, even though it wasn't quite working out. Here was the attempt. And yeah, that's pretty much where I stopped because I didn't have any ideas for the breakdown. Even though I think the drop is actually pretty cool, it's a nice melody, I really liked it. So as you can see, I used a lot of Nexus presets for this, and here's the melody. And of course enable the swing, so everything is more groovy. And then the melody is supported by these bass sounds. This is a big one here. It really makes the whole melody sound more powerful with these supporting sounds. So yeah, I think this was a really cool project. I like the drop, but as I said, I never really got around to finishing this because I just didn't have any ideas for the breakdown. Project number 3. This one's called Never Alone, and it's actually a remix, so let's check it out. This is a big one. This is actually a remix of the Fat Rat Never Be Alone, and all I did is use the acapella. It's actually available for download for free, so I thought it would be a great opportunity. And I actually almost finished this one. I only wanted to do some minor changes at the end, but again, I never got around to doing that. So the total working time on this project is almost 12 hours. And I actually started this project from another project. That's what I do sometimes. I create a song, then I create another song from the same project. But anyhow, I never really finished this, even though I think it's definitely worth releasing. So I think I'm actually gonna release this one. So if you're watching this video, chances are I already finished it and it's on my SoundCloud. So go check that out if you want to. And I'm gonna show you a little preview here.
You're gonna break my heart. You're gonna tear it apart.
So this is the vocal that I used.
No matter what you do, I'll still be there for you. And when you call my name, I won't be far away. No matter where you go, you'll never be alone. Be alone, be alone. No, no, you'll never be alone. Be alone, be alone. No, you'll never be alone. Be alone, be alone. No, you'll never be alone. Be alone, be alone. No, you'll never be alone. Be alone. No, you'll never 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 be alone.
So yeah, that's the first drop right there. This whole song is kind of has this hopeful mood where it's kind of sad but also kind of hopeful, I guess. And I just really like the vocal, that's why I used it. So go check out the full song, link will be in the description. In the middle I have this breakdown with really simple bass.
You're gonna break my heart. You're gonna tear it apart.
And then the second drop is totally different. It sounds like this.
You're gonna break my heart. You're gonna tear it apart. No matter what you do.
So I just completely changed the rhythm of the drums and even changed the whole melody and everything for the second drop. By the end of the drop, I have this reverb effect where it kind of fades out with the reverb. And that's kind of where it ends. So I think this is a really cool project. That's why I just decided to release it. The reason I actually didn't release it because I wanted to edit more things and make it perfect. But I think I'm just gonna release it because once you get to that point where you're trying to constantly change something and make it perfect, you're just gonna be annoyed and you're never gonna finish anything. So it's better to release songs that are not perfect than to not release any songs. So go check it out if you're interested. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, now let's move on to the next project, which is called Funny Fuck. A great name for sure. Let's open it up. So I actually had my AC joint dislocated when I made this project, so I had to only use my left hand to control the mouse, which was kind of pain in the ass. So everything I did was kind of slower because I had to move my left hand and I just wasn't used to that. But that's when I made this project. It took me 4 hours to make it, and the official name should have been Depression Candy because the whole track has kind of happy sounds, but the melodies are kind of more serious. So I thought that would be a funny name, and it sounds like this. And yeah, that's pretty much the first drop. Then it repeats. Then I have this weird little breakdown, which I wasn't really sure about, but it sounds like this. And then in the second drop, I actually changed the chord progression a little bit. This next chord. And that's pretty much it. So again, this track is almost finished. I just never released it because I didn't think it was good enough. And I actually sent it to a few labels, but nobody was very interested. It still was kind of an interesting project, I guess, because it has like these happy uplifting sounds, but the chord progressions and melodies are kind of depressing. So yeah, it was a lot of fun creating these chord progressions, and as you can hear, I was just messing about with the sounds, just changing the sounds a lot. So the drop is basically the same thing repeating with different sounds, and this sound is kind of interesting. Along with the chords. That's just the little detail that I liked. And yeah, overall it's a pretty cool song. It's fully finished, but it just wasn't released. There are some funny drum fillers. And yeah, that was that project, and that was the last project of this first episode. And if you guys like this, I'm gonna make some more episodes and hopefully give away some cool FLP files. And maybe if you create something cool with them, I can show it off in my next episode or something like that. I'm gonna figure this out as I go, but this is actually pretty easy to record, so if you like it, let me know, and let me know if you wanna have some of these FLP files, or if you want me to finish any of these tracks. Actually, I did decide to release one of these tracks today, so it's gonna be on my SoundCloud. I already have some more FLP project ready for the next episode, so definitely let me know. Also, don't forget to check out my site, goldclassaudio.com. There's a lot of free FLP files there already, and also some cool sample packs that you can get. So make sure to check that out as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.